Hello everyone. I have chosen to do my intervention video on reciprocal teaching, and it's a strategy I found off the Intervention Heroes website. I really like the website. It actually is well organized, is user friendly. They've done a great job with categorizing their interventions, making it super easy for teachers to find what they're looking for. Now, the reciprocal teaching strategy I found off the language arts category, and it's a tier 2 intervention. As we've learned, tier 2 interventions are usually done in small groups, which I love because it allows teachers to focus on particular students that need extra help and focus on particular skills, while allowing students to collaborate with their peers and learn from their peers, which is ideal. Now, the reciprocal teaching strategy is a strategy that we can use during reading. And the goal is that we're preparing students to actually run their own discussion and take turns as leaders in their group. Now, what I like most of the strategy is that it allows students to ask questions while they're reading, summarize, and find the main idea. Also, it allows them to clarify the meaning of unfamiliar words while making predictions of what while they're reading. Now, to begin, the teacher must model. And this particular activity is one that is going to take students some time to get used to and some time to understand what their roles are. Now, when the teacher models, she will help students learn to guide the group discussion by using 4 strategies. Now, these 4 strategies are summarizing, question generating, clarifying, and predicting. Now, once the 2 students understand and learn the strategies, they can take turns assuming the role as a teacher in leading the conversation in their group. Now, why should we use reciprocal strategies? Reciprocal teaching. Well, it encourages students to think about their thought process while they're reading. It also helps students be actively involved in monitoring their comprehension while they're reading. And it also helps students ask questions while they're reading so that they can better understand what they're reading. Now, to begin, you must create your group, and each group has 4 members. Now, the teacher starts by distributing note cards, and now each note card is given to each member, and the note cards actually identify each student's unique role in the group. So each group is going to have, in each group there will have a summarizer, a clarifier, a questioner, and a predictor. Now, each group is given a small passage or a small passage selection with several past paragraphs. And throughout this process and throughout this activity, this passage is broken down into parts. So the students begin by reading the passage. And while they're reading, they're actually encouraged to take notes. And they utilize actually note-taking strategies such as highlighting, underlining, or sticky notes. And this reminds me, I don't know if it reminds you guys, but it reminds me of our double entry journals. So in a sense, this activity is actually teaching students how to be active readers, which is fantastic. Now, so the students begin by reading the passage, and they take notes and highlight what they believe will help them better prepare them for their role in the discussion. So at one point they stop, and at this point it begins with the summarizer. So the summarizer is going to actually highlight the key ideas of what they just read. Once he or she has done that, it is now the questioner's turn. And he or she will now pose questions of what they read. This particular student will probably pose questions about unclear parts or puzzling information that they've came across while they were reading, or they might even make connections to other concepts they already learned. At this point, it is now the clarifier's turn, and the clarifier is going to try to address these confusing parts, or try to answer the questions to those questions posed. Finally, it is the predictor's turn, and the predictor is going to try to make predictions of what will come next in the passage. At this point, they now continue to read the passage, and again they will stop. But at this point, the roles switch. So now they switch towards the right. So if I was the summarizer, I now become the questioner. If I was a questioner, I then become the clarifier, and so forth. So the roles switch. So throughout this process, each child will have a chance be to take part in each role. So at each point, I will be the summarizer, or the predictor, or the clarifier, or the questioner. And this process continues until the passage has been read completely. Throughout the process and throughout this activity, the teacher's role is to guide and to nurture the student's ability to use the four strategies successfully in the group. Now, as the students become more comfortable in their role, and as the skill develops, the teacher's role lessens. So the idea behind this strategy is that we're creating active readers, and the students are actually asking questions while they're reading, and they're summarizing to find the main idea, and they're making predictions. It's a great strategy, and I hope we can all utilize it in the classroom. This is a strategy we can use with all age groups, even the little ones. We just have to simplify it a little bit. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys are able to implement it in the classroom. What I will also do is I will also upload some worksheets that I found that are very useful when implementing the strategy. Thank you.